What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, I've been getting this a lot of emails over the break, and you guys know that I've been dealing with some personal things, but getting back on the clock, I've been seeing this story of a young lady by the name of Brittany Wilson, and she was with this Caucasian man by the name of Harrison Foster. Now, before I kind of get to this, I want to talk about the divestment team, the divestment group. You know, there's a lot of black women out there that are talking about dating out. They want to date non-black men, just as we have black men who talk about dating non-black women and going their own way. Again, I don't hate on anybody for their interracial dating choices. I mean, I'm 40 years old. You do what you want to do. It's fine with me. But what I would challenge you is to look in your inner self. Because the same problems that you face in the black community, if you're not careful, you're going to face those same problems wherever you go. Because I see it all the time. People move from different cities. Oh, everything will be different if I go to Atlanta. Everything will be different if I move to New York. Everything will be different if I move to LA. But if you're lazy and you're unproductive and if you're a loser, it doesn't matter where you move. You have those same problems wherever you go. And unfortunately, here's the issues with dating. We are who we attract. Our mindset, our business, our focus is relegated, or actually it depends on what we do, and the lack of effort that we put into our lives relegates us to subpar partners. And Brittany Wilson finds herself in this situation. Now, how do we know this? Now, she was hanging out with her boyfriend, okay? And they were doing methamphetamine. All right? Methamphetamine. Now, this is somewhere in Missouri, Middle East, in Midwest, okay? They're doing methamphetamine. Some people may call it something different and those kind of things. And as they're doing meth, she thought that he had demons inside his body. So what she did was she got a sword and she set him free, according to her, by stabbing him with the sword. Okay? And then killed him with those wounds. And she was still high when she took her mugshot, because look at her here. This is after doing what she did to the guy. All right? She has this smiley face on her because she has lost her mind. All right? And this is, let me just tell you about the berserk thing that she put on Facebook that day. All right? Day music. So guys, turns out the love of Christ has superpower perks. Don't follow me for further elaboration. Follow him for eternal salvation. All right? Now, I don't see, she's messed up and crazy. All right? But what I want to talk about is, what kind of woman do you have to be? And I believe she has kids. What kind of woman do you have to be to even get with the man that you're using meth? For you swirlers out there, I have a question for you. Why is it that when you go out of the community, that here are some of the guys you're attracting? You're attracting guys who care so much about you some of the times that, they bring methamphetamine to your house with your children. But you're telling me that, you know what? I need these guys in another race. I need these guys from other communities. But this is what you're attracting. Why are you attracting this? Why are some of the ladies we see, we saw the same thing with the lady in Houston a few months ago, where, the guy actually had beat her daughter, his son to death, and she ran away with him. Because why? Wherever you go, there you are. And a lot of these problems that we see that black men are having and black women are having, obviously it can be issues depending on how messed up our group is. And we do have a lot of people who like dysfunctional things as far as characteristics and traits and partners. But see, here's the fundamental reasoning here that we got to talk about. It's you. You're the problem. Okay? If you go and you date a white man that is a productive member of society, he's doing very well, and he's a top performing guy, I can't say anything about that. I can't. If you make the statement that I don't want to deal with African American men, and you go to another group and you get with somebody else outside of our group that is performing at a higher level, congrats to you. But ultimately what I find out in interracial dating from both groups, black men tend to do a lot better than sisters though. But what I'm finding is that many times, and women are more of the culprit here in our community. You say that I don't want to date, or you don't say anything at all, and you date other people from other groups, and those people typically are subpar in their earning potential. They're subpar in what you would get in the same community that we're coming from. And the reason why they're subpar is because it reflects where you're at. Sure, you have black women who go out there and that went to Columbia and they have these nice degrees and they have these nice things and they get a white man that is very similar to them. Yeah, it happens. It can happen, sure. But amongst the working class individuals or lower middle class who feel like all of a sudden they're going to just jump out and they're going to date a white guy that has a lot to offer. Well, again, it's going to depend on if you have a lot to offer that community, because once you come out of the community, when you go to someone else's community, you have to add value to them. Most groups make you add value if you're going to intercept one of their people that are functional. It's just like us. If I want to go to Ethiopia or I want to go to Jamaica or I want to go to Poland and deal with a lady, her family is worth something. I need to come out there and do better than a man in her own community. If I'm not going to do better than that, then I need to sit my ass down. They're going to have a problem with me. Why are you dealing with this black guy then? But in our community, we don't have to even have any values for the person that we're dating. A lot of sisters don't. As long as he's white and he can give me, shout out to David Carroll, mixed kids, then I can date him. Then you end up on drugs, which means that he was a druggie. He was not a beneficial guy to the economy or even to you. Because if a man really loved you, you ain't gonna be getting high on methamphetamine. How did you even get there? And then when you go crazy, look how you're throwing your life away. So now you've done something, and you can't say, oh, I was crazy at the time, because you shouldn't have been doing meth in the first place. And this is what happens when you're dealing with ladies who come from a toxic environment, who come from unstable environments. It might not end as grotesque as this, but it does end this way. And a woman like her needed to be in a stable environment. She didn't need to be with another guy like her. But that's what happens when you're choosing guys based on how you feel and not based on what you need. See, it's a lot of ladies out there dealing with guys based off how they feel, because the guy's a good time and fun. But at the end, what happens, they end up ruining their lives and ruining somebody else's life. And so for the ladies who swirl, I want you to answer this. How many times do you see the subpar dating choices from ladies from our community when they go and date out other guys, and y'all remain quiet on the issue? I'll rest my case. But guys, how do you feel? It's your boy, O'Shea Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains the all-time high.